When your dog suddenly nips or bites you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Most people assume it means angel or aggression, but in many cases, that's the exact opposite of what's really happening. A sudden bite from a dog is often a reaction to something deeper. If you miss the reason behind it, you could make the situation worse without realizing it. Let's start with what that bite might really mean. Number A, when you pet them and they suddenly snap. Have you ever been petting your dog? Everything feels calm. They seem relaxed. Maybe their eyes are half closed and you assume they're enjoying the moment. Then suddenly they turn their head and nip at your hand. It feels confusing, almost personal, like 1 second they loved the attention, and the next second, they punished you for it. But here's the thing. Your dog didn't suddenly snap. Probably missed the moment they tried to tell you to stop. Dogs have limits when it comes to physical contact, and every dog's tolerance is different. What feels like a long, comforting petting session to you can slowly become overwhelming for them. Before a dog bites, they usually show warning signs. The problem is that most of those signs are subtle and easy to miss. Their body might stiffen slightly under your hand. Their ears might tilt back. Their tail might stop wagging or move more stiffly. They might lick their lips or turn their head away. These signals are your dog's way of saying, that's enough. But if those warnings go unnoticed, the nip becomes their final message. The solution is simpler than most people think. Pay attention during the first few minutes of contact. If their body language shifts even slightly, pause and let them move away if they want. You'll build more trust by respecting their limit than by continuing until they feel trapped. And here's something many people don't realize. Not every bite means your dog wants distance. It's one type of bite that actually means something very different. I'll come back to that at the end. 2. Sometimes they think your hand is a toy. Why does your dog sometimes grab your hand with their mouth when you were just trying to play with them? Maybe you wiggle your fingers, they jump forward, you laugh, and at first it seems harmless. But over time, those playful bites can become stronger and start to hurt. What most people don't realize is that dogs often learn this behavior from the way we play with them. Puppies explore the world with their mouths. If the thing that moves the most during playtime is your hand, their brain quickly learns that hands are exciting targets. It's not aggression, it's learned behavior. And the way people react can make it worse. When a dog grabs your hand and you quickly pull it away, that fast movement can trigger their chase instinct. To them, it looks exactly like prey trying to escape. So the game becomes even more exciting. Instead of correcting the behavior, we accidentally reward it. The solution is simple, but requires consistency. Stop using your hands directly during play. Use toys instead. Rope toys, balls, or tug toys that create distance between your skin and their teeth. If your dog still goes for your hand, freeze for a moment instead of pulling away quickly. A target that doesn't move stops being interesting. Over time, most dogs stop seeing hands as toys and the behavior fades away. Number A, sometimes something in their body hurts. What if your dog bit you not because they were annoyed, but because they were in pain? This is the explanation that surprises many owners the most, because by the time they realize it, they've often already scolded a dog that was simply trying to protect a painful spot. Dogs are incredibly good at hiding discomfort. It's an instinct they inherited from their wild ancestors. Showing weakness can make an animal vulnerable, so dogs often continue acting normal even when something hurts. They may still walk, eat, and behave the same way as usual. But the moment someone touches the area that hurts, their reaction can be immediate. That sudden nip isn't aggression, it's a reflex. Joint pain, dental problems, muscle strains, or even a small injury from jumping or landing awkwardly can trigger this kind of response. And because dogs can't explain what hurts, the bite might be the only warning they have. If a dog that has never bitten before suddenly starts reacting when you touch a certain area, pay attention. Look for other small signs: flinching, pulling away, limping, or avoiding certain movements. In these cases, the best response isn't punishment. It's a visit to the veterinarian. Sometimes a single bite is the only signal your dog has that something in their body isn't right. For sometimes they're scared and reacting instantly. Have you ever reached toward your dog and they nipped you so fast it didn't even feel like a decision? No warning, no build-up, just a quick reaction. That wasn't necessarily aggression. Often it's fear. When a dog feels scared, their brain switches into survival mode. In that moment, they aren't calmly thinking about who you are or what you meant to do. Their body reacts first. Maybe they were startled while sleeping. Maybe a loud sound frightened them. Maybe they felt cornered or overwhelmed. Whatever triggered it, their instinct told them to create distance immediately. Biting is the fastest way to do that. Usually there are signs alongside this reaction. Their body may stiffen or crouch. Their ears may flatten backward. Their eyes may widen, and they might growl or bark. These are not signs of a mean dog. They're signs of a dog that feels unsafe. When a dog feels trapped, biting becomes their emergency exit. Loud environments, unfamiliar people, sudden movements, or changes in their surroundings can all trigger this response. The worst thing you can do is chase them or force interaction afterward. Instead, give them space and allow them to calm down. Once they feel safe again, they will often return on their own terms. Fear bites are not personal. They're a signal that your dog is overwhelmed. #5. Sometimes it's actually a love nip. Remember earlier when I said there's one kind of bite that means the opposite of everything we've talked about? This is the one. Because sometimes a dog's bite isn't anger, fear, or frustration. Sometimes it's affection. If you've ever been relaxing with your dog and they gently nibble your fingers or softly hold your hand in their mouth without hurting you, you've probably experienced this. These are often called love nips. They're gentle, controlled, and very different from warning bites. This behavior often comes from puppyhood. When puppies play with their siblings, they use soft mouthing as part of bonding. It's how they interact with members of their pack. So when an adult dog does this to you, they're not treating you like a stranger. They're treating you like family. You can usually tell the difference immediately. Their body is relaxed. Their tail moves softly. Their eyes look calm, sometimes even half closed. There's no tension and no attempt to escape. They're simply enjoying being close to you. The biggest mistake people make with love nips is reacting too strongly. Pulling away suddenly or scolding them can confuse the dog because, in their mind, they were expressing trust and connection. As long as the pressure stays gentle and controlled, it's simply one of the ways dogs communicate affection. In that quiet moment, your dog isn't trying to hurt you at all. They're speaking the only language they know. And in that language, that soft little nibble can mean something very simple. You're part of my pack.